Good day everyone, Brad here, and welcome back to some more Roller Coaster Tycoon. I jumped over to Hollywood Studios for a little while because I mainly wanted to get the Tower of Terror done. You'll see I have that over there. Again, for anyone new here, I haven't been playing this game for a long time. I'm not using any custom scenery or billboards, so everything that you see is just standard. You buy the game, you've got it. No mods, no nothing. And with not being able to go to the parks, I'm going to focus on this a lot more. Doing these Roller Coaster Tycoon parks and the cooking videos, just cooking random Disney recipes to the best of my ability, see how that works out. But if there's any parks that you would like to see, let me know, because I always jump around between parks as I do this. Kind of depends on what I'm feeling. Now I'll show you what's new since the last time. It had been a very long time since I worked on this park. I think the last thing I did was like the hidden Mickey here in the central area, which, fun fact, if you didn't know, if you look at like Google Earth, this is actually a hidden Mickey in the Center Plaza area. Very cool little nod there. It doesn't look quite like it nowadays, but when the park opened, originally it was very obvious. Oh, camera jumped around there. So starting with new things. Anything here over to the left is new. Basically the shops and stuff here. Nothing too crazy. This was difficult to make though, because it's at an angle. Anything in Roller Coaster Tycoon that is angular is a complete pain to make, and all of Sunset Boulevard is angled. Luckily the Tower of Terror faces this direction, so I got to make it flat. Coming along here, you have the Beauty and the Beast stage show. Kind of have some of the just little entrance here, little path that takes you up there. Now you'll see inside, I kind of got a little bit of a set back there. And for the seats, I actually just used a wall piece, just a really short wall piece. Yeah, I can't really see too well in there, but I tried to make it a little detailed, give it a little something there. So there's Beauty and the Beast, and then you've got the kind of crossroads here. This random little castle-looking bathroom building. This is going to be the path that goes to Fantasmic. I didn't finish up this area here. I just skipped ahead because, again, I really wanted to do Tower of Terror. This is the road that will take you over to the Rock and Roller Coaster and the Lightning McQueen thing, which I always forget even exists. So that path will go back. Now moving along towards the Tower of Terror, you've got the entrance sign here, and this is going to be your queue. Just kind of winding through the forest, woodsy area to get you into the main building. So you got your little walkway here. I tried to do like the little fountain with the dead plants right here. Let's come around. You got the front. Now unfortunately, this game doesn't have any chandeliers or anything, so I did just use normal lights right here. And if I could zoom in a little bit, bear with me here for a second, I'll try to... You can kind of see I got a little bit of the lobby up there. Because that is of course where you go into the pre-show and then into the boiler room and into the elevator. Before I get to the actual tower, here at the exit, this is just the path that continues on. This is where they have the Joffrey's stand. Gotta love Joffrey's and their giant donuts. Always delicious. But I do again have to finish up this kind of little strip here. Just kind of skipped over it for now. Now as far as the building, this actually took a very long time. This is the longest building out of any structures I've made, any of the castles, even the Guardians I made in California Adventure. Building's a little bit smaller. Just a bunch of random details, and every time I build, I feel like I discover some new building techniques. And here's one right here. If you see on the front, I actually used, to get this kind of slant effect, this piece right here, the western town walls. If you do this and you do it sideways, inside of something, you'll see the side stick out. So it gave it more of a dilapidated, broken down effect to it, because it's very challenging to do things like that in this game. Moving up the tower on the front, you see I kind of got the setup here. I tried to make it look faded in color. It's got kind of a whitish, grayish look throughout the front where it got struck. The thing that I'm most disappointed about is the letters itself, because there's no way I can get anything to kind of replicate the, it says the Hollywood Tower and then down here hotel. That's how the sign should look. There was no way to really replicate that in this game with it looking decent. Coming around the sides, just a lot of unusual building techniques to make things work, to make them look right. Now, one of the unique things about this ride that surprised me is behind here, there's actually nothing. Looking through Google Earth and many photos, this whole area back here is just, looks actually a lot like this. It's just a fake facade in the front. So you have just scaffolding and stuff like that in the back. So I just left it like that because that's how it looks. And down here was very plain and boring because you're never really supposed to see down there. Everything you're seeing here is an aerial view, but the typical view, most people will see something like this. See if I can get a better Sunset Boulevard view. See, that probably looks a little more familiar. It makes it kind of funny to see the tips and tricks they use to build this ride. Now the back part down here sticks out a lot further because in this ride, of course, you have 2 elevator shafts, but you have 4 entrance elevators. They'll go up and they'll share the track, they'll split and kind of go in the middle into one of the 2 main shafts. So that's why you have this whole back part here, because this is where most of the ride takes place, and they just move forward into the drop shaft. We've got the whole building here. I always like this little, I guess it's supposed to be like a garden setup here on this floor. For this part, I thought it was kind of funny. I used a chess piece, but it looks a lot like it actually does on the real tower. There's like this little spire here, and I think that turned out really well, just coloring a chess piece. And nothing really too significant to point out now, so I'll shift it to nighttime and we'll see how things look. Alright. Maybe I add a little too much blue, but it does kind of give it an ominous effect. Yeah, there we go, from down there. Now a lot of these lights I put inside the windows. There are a few I stuck outside, like this one here, to hopefully get a little bit of better illumination on the front of the building. Check the lobby again, see if it actually... You can kind of see it a little better now. These trees weren't in the way. And then back this way, over at Beauty and the Beast. Nothing too crazy, just typical path lights. And this building, which probably has too many lights because it's, yeah, kind of flickering out. And that's really it as far as updates for Hollywood Studios. I just really wanted to make the Tower of Terror. I'm glad I finally got to do it. It's something I've been wanting to make for years. But that is going to do it for this video. Again, let me know what kind of park things you would like to see, what you're interested in. I'm just going to spend my time doing these videos with Roller Coaster Tycoon and doing cooking videos, cooking Disney recipes, different themes. But that is going to do it. Thank you all for watching. The caravan is moving on.